Privet, Katila, ya, ni хорошо. Because today we are going to be talking about my DNA test. I decided to make a shitpost video. I guess I don't know if this is a shitpost or not. Just like, I don't know. I guess I'm more intrigued on who I am as a person or whatever. Yeah, I just watched the Democratic debates, a shit show. As you guys know, I'm an independent and things, but God, it was a shit show. So I'm a bit tired, a little bit shitty, but things are going pretty fine. So I wanted to go over. So I took Ancestry DNA Test about a year ago or a few months ago, and I got my results a few months ago, and I wanted to share it with you to see, who am I as a person. So and maybe give you a bit of an intrigue on my family history, even. So who am I? Well, accordingly, I'm about 42% Eastern European and Russian, which they include as this long, giant-ass thing. Now, the thing I hate about Ancestry, which I think is like, there is a huge difference between being, Polish or, part of the, Polish and Czech or Hungarian and, Russian and such. There's a huge difference. And, now, luckily, since this is my mom's side 100%, so I know what this is. So, as a little bit of a background, obviously my name's WanderingRusski. I'm a bit of a Russian, or at least I think I'm Russian. Well, no, I am Russian, but so let me explain. So my mom immigrated to America in the 1990s from Kyrgyzstan. Now Kyrgyzstan's right here; it's outside this area. Now that might be a bit weird. My mom was born and raised in Kyrgyzstan in Bishkek. Where is it? Right here. See, this is where this is her home city. Now this was during when the Soviets. Now, if you guys a little history background, the Soviets Soviet border was like right here. And Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, these were part of the Soviet Union. Now, so she was born in the Soviet Union. However, she's not ethnically Kyrgyz at all, actually. This is why my DNA isn't touching this at all. She's not even Kazakh. So my grandma, I think, moved to Kyrgyzstan from Ukraine, somewhere in Ukraine. I don't know exactly where, but when she was young, around like 5 or 6, she was moved to Kyrgyzstan into Bishkek, is either that or her now. It was her, and then there's another side of the family that came from like this area, like right here somewhere, that came down, and that was like the father's side. That was the man who married my grandma, who came from Ukraine. So it's like Ukrainian Russian, and they settled in Kyrgyzstan. Now, they were like a minority in Kyrgyzstan because most people there are Kyrgyz people, but I think in Bishkek it was like 25% Russian. So they were ethnically Russian. I don't know if if my grandma is ethnically Ukrainian or just a Russian person living in Ukraine. I don't know how back it goes. Apparently Stalin, destroyed all types of records and all that, you know how communism is. So it's ass, is what I'll say. So, yeah. This is my mom's side. She is one. My mom came from here, and everything. So, this is why I'm half, because I'm got half of it from my mom. So obviously I'm 42% Russian and Eastern European. Now, so it's not Polish, it's not Hungarian or Serbian or Czech or whatever. No, it's not that. As far as I know, it's Ukrainian, and it's like around this area here, I would say. Now the 13% Baltic states kind of intrigue me a little bit, because it does reach into modern day Russia, right? Where's Moscow? I don't think they'll tell me where Moscow is, but it's somewhere here. So this is obviously, I don't think I'm Lithuanian or Latvian or whatever, but obviously, if you combine the 13% with the 42%, it's like 55%. So that that's the big part of my mom's side. So I don't know where the Baltic thing comes from, but maybe this is like part of the some other places around. So I know my grandma came from the Ukraine and came to Kyrgyzstan, and then my dad has a theory that, like, oh, they were deported there to Russify the area. I don't know if that's right. My mom said that my parents moved, my grandma and everyone moved there for better conditions because there was a lot more land. It was more cheap or whatever. Uh, I mean, I don't know. I'm more inclined to probably believe my mom's side, but I think it's probably more epic to say, yeah, we were forced there by Stalin or whatever. I mean, I don't know. That sounds more epic, but I probably trust my mom. My mom. I mean, I don't know what she. I mean, I don't. I think she just kind of was on a hunch. I don't know exactly, but yeah. So that's my mom's side is Russian. Obviously, it's like this area, Ukrainian maybe even I would say, and then also the Baltic. I don't know where the Baltic side comes from, but I'm planning on giving the DNA test to my grandma to see where she is, and maybe even my mom. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, over half Russian essentially. I don't think I'm. Is there a difference between Belarusians and or like is there really a difference? I don't know what Belarus is really, to be quite honest. Um, yeah. So yeah, and yeah. So my mom was born here, but her ethnicity is here, and that's what my grandma was born here, and then my grandfather on my mom's side, I think somewhere in Russia, somewhere like here. Probably, and there's probably a lot. I mean, the Russians through and through. We need to see their DNA test to see what else, but it's probably just Russian. Now, my dad's side, on the other hand, has been in America for since the 1600s. My dad, he has this like wonky sister or aunt. It's my aunt, and she like kind of measures the DNA, and it goes back all the way. We had it was one of the first people in Jamestown. I forgot the name of the person, but he was of English descent. And then my mom, and then there was sometime during the Revolutionary. Now this is probably wrong, but this is something I remember. It's pretty epic, but like my dad said the German side came during the American Revolutionary War to fight as Hessians, and then somewhere along the way they married the English side that's already been settled here, and then there's like a mix of English and Germans, and some places still have their English name, some still have German, but yeah, they settled apparently here and all that. Now my dad was born in Illinois, somewhere in Illinois. I don't know where his dad was born. But it'd be interesting to know. Yeah, so he was born in Illinois, and that's how we just and I still live in this area as well. I still live in this area. I won't say exactly, but I still live within these blobs, which is interesting. So I've been here since before even the founding of the country. So at least on my dad's side. So yeah, I don't know exactly what is true, but it's English and German. So obviously here's the thing: I'm a little over a quarter English, Wales, Northwestern Europe. I think it's the English side. I don't think it's Dutch or whatever. Maybe. Who knows? But I think it's English because most people came from England, so it's probably English. Don't know much about it. I need to look more into it. But it's 25, 20. I don't think I'm Wales or Irish or whatever. I don't think I have Irish in me. I don't think. But it's English. Just traditional America. English. And then obviously there's also the German side as I was mentioning it. So about 10% German. I don't know exactly how that kind of comes in. Like maybe so if I took half for my dad, would it only be 20? He was like 20% German, like or something like that. And so that's the German part. So yeah, it's English, German. When they in the early America, when America was being founded and all that, English and Western Europeans, came to America to settle it, right? So some, we're kind of descendants of those people. Probably here from the 1600s and here from like the 1700s, I think. But yeah, I'm a bit German. Leader. I'm ish. Let me try to speak German. Hallo, ich heiße Nikolai, wie geht's? God, I don't know. That's hi, I'm Nikolai. How are you? I think. Brot und Wasser. What else? Du bist eine Frau. I basically just called you all girls. You are a girl. Or you are a woman. Du bist ein Mädchen. Du bist ein Junge. Alright, I don't know. I'm taking, as you can see, the world's best way to learn German. I'm taking a few German tests and all that. Don't worry. I'm not, not for any nefarious reasons. Don't worry. It's just, I just like to learn German. I took 3 years of German in high school and don't know much of it, as you can tell. Now, I think another interesting part. Now, I don't know if this is just, ancestry being kind of wacka, but I'm as Swedish, or Scandinavian you could say, but Swedish as I am German. Now, that's kind of weird. I do not know where the Swedish comes from. It says I'm 9% Swedish. I don't know where the hell that came from. Now, there's something in the DNA thing where you could, like, match people. There's people who are, like, relative. Oh, this is your second cousin. And a few of the cousins are, like, 80% Scandinavian or whatever. It's pretty interesting, I would say. It's pretty fun. But, like, it's probably just something in my family history. There was probably some Scandinavian dude who came into the family somewhere, somehow. So, yeah, I'm Scandinavian. I will not try to pronounce Swedish because I don't know any Swedish. But yeah, Sweden's pretty fun. I've always wanted to visit, Scandinavia before it turns into miniature Pakistan or Somalia, but, hopefully I could visit Europe, or at least Western Europe, before it turns into, it looks indistinguishable from, like, Afghanistan or fucking the Congo or whatever. Hopefully we could, Europe could stay as it is, but yeah, that's who I am. I'm European as hell. Mostly Northern European. I'm not Southern European in any sort of sense. Just purely Northern, just European. I'm a European boy. I guess you could say a European mutt or whatever, or Mara mutt, whatever, how they say it. Because I'm kind of a mixture of everything. A bit English and, Western European, Central European, Northern European, Eastern European. Not Southern European, though. Very interesting. And surprisingly, like, a lot of these Ancestry, or a lot of, like, 23andMe, I think maybe it's just the 23andMe thing, but a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you're also, like, Jewish and black. Oh, you're Jewish and black or whatever. And it's like, oh yeah, you're like you're two. No, maybe, I don't know if it's for nefarious reasons or whatever, but like, a lot of Americans are kind of, a lot of people say there's like a small percentage of black, because, there was a, I think in the early United States, blacks made up, like, I think 20% of the population at one time. So yeah, it's conceivable that there's, like, someone did something along the way, and then that person's genes just kind of, even if they never did it again, there's always that small, like, little percentage that kind of sneaks through. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I'm not black, Jewish, or anything else. I'm European. So yeah, there you go. Mostly on this side, though. But yeah. So there it is, DNA story from Nikolai Cates. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment what you guys think, and aim high, wander on from America with Russian love.